televised stories from China show the lives of ordinary people in dramatically different environments and circumstances all over the country. Action and adventure are everyday features of life along this river gorge in western China, where a family of boatmen earn their livings by delivering rice and other supplies to isolated villages. A television crew documented one of the last journeys of the boatmen before the opening of a new road allowing trucks through to bring in the necessities, and at the same time open new paths to the outside world.
Fabric on a stick, paint on a mask, actors moving a figure across the stage. This artist assembles materials and cultures, themes and stories that give us brilliant and imaginative glimpses into our own humanity. Julie Taymor is a gifted designer and director. She calls herself a playmaker, and she creates provocative theater, opera, and film. There's a collection of her work here at the Field Museum in Chicago called Playing with Fire, and it's igniting the imagination of everyone who sees it. When they first approached you and said, we'd like to do a retrospective of your work, how did you feel about that?
Dead. Young and dead. Dead at a young age.
Julie Taymor's career as a director began in Indonesia, where theater is a part of everyday ritual. What she saw there convinced her that the purpose of art is in the act of creating it.
And then you go just like the heads together, you know, like.
Artists are not going to live by the rules of society all the time, and there's a role for art to make things unsafe. And the avant-garde artist, the individual artist who can see the world differently and then bring that perspective to her people and make people see things differently also is a very, very crucial role.
Thank you, Highness.
Taymor helped her audience see things differently in her first film, Fool's Fire, based on a short story by Edgar Allan Poe. The story is about the outsider, who in this film happens to be a dwarf. To force her audience to empathize with the main characters, only the two dwarfs remain unmasked.
But if I cast actors, fat actors in this role, wouldn't I be mocking them as well? You know, you have to think about that technique. If I cast in this movie every fat actor I could find and they're making fun, we would be laughing at them and we would be guilty of what the story is about.
I'm a man, I'm white, I'm a hip-hop head, I'm a poet, I'm a hip-hop poet, I'm a hip-hop white Jewish poet. Will we live among the forests of steel and rusted beams? Midwest, be the best, flat fields of soybeans. Miles, your boy dreams, sketch Chicago, lovely, lovely the city, beautiful, brutal, ugly. Hip-hop is responsible for everything that I've ever done that is good. That's why I started writing. Writing is ritual for me, and it centers my life. My folks split when I was 7, 8 years old, and I saw my mom work really hard, 2, 3 jobs to keep us in the suburb that we were in. Ultimately, hip-hop is what also brought me back to Judaism and made me wrestle with who I am and where I come from and that history that I inherit.
This is not the first time I came to the planet.
At the same time, I was memorizing my Haftorah. I was also memorizing Run DMC and X-Clan. KRS-One in 1987 told me Moses was black, and I believed that. That made a lot of sense to me at the time. And I told my rabbi that, and he told me to get out of the building. And so I knew that there was then something about race and class, and in that mix, there was something that I was attracted to and wanted to further understand. The summer of '98, I was studying Buddhism and with one of my buddies, Ibu Patel, and we were in India. We met the Dalai Lama. He stopped us and he put his finger on my chest and he said, "Be a good Jew," and he put his finger in Ibu's chest and he said, "Be a good Muslim." Really from then on, both Ibu and I kind of went further into our own traditions. One of my mentors was Brother Wayne Teasdale. I think one of the most important things I learned from Brother Wayne was that you can really create your spiritual path.
Can he know how he found a mother in
Louder
Big
Than a Bomb
Sister?
is the name of the Chicago Youth Poetry Festival. We wanted to create a space where hundreds of young writers from all over the city can see one another, can hear one another, can cross gang lines and lines that in their daily life they are not meant to be crossing. We believe that the stories of young people are more powerful than weapons, are more powerful than violence.
Look, I got these other poets shook. Lift my hood, they better Jetta get wet with my new book.
At Louder Than a Bomb, I feel like a rabbi with a growing congregation around the word. And so that's how I feel. I mean, Judaism talks about the concept of tikkun olam, about repairing the world or making the world holy, making it all sacred. And so I feel like I've learned a lot from those teachings and try to go in the world, and the work that I do in the world is trying to repair the world and make it holy.